Vatanach Teyva, and Noach's Teyva rested. Brabos Parshas Noach, Parsha Lamed Gimel Chulu, Tzidkas Kareel Chulu. So it's brought in Medrash Shabbat Noach that your righteousness are like the mountains of Kel, of Hashem. Tzedakah Shasisim Noach, the righteousness I did, the charity that I did with Noach. But Teyva lo asisi imo ela im harare Kel, I only did it with him with the mountains of Kel. So the Teyva rested on the mountains. Nishma shemefarish harare ararat me'inyan harare Kel. So it's implied that the concept of the mountains of Ararat is synonymous with that of the mountains of Kel. Hashem's mountains, ein Minyan Tzidkas Karare, Bezor Chele Gimel Emor Tzadik Aleph Aleph. Look what it explains about the idea of that he weighs mountains with the scale. Od berabus sham parsha nal daf lamed vav amne beis de lamed vav daled Noach l'shem nachas hateva nikra shenemar Vatanach hateva chulu. Noach l'shem nachas hateva nikra. Noach is called on the name of the resting of the ark. Like it says that the mountain that it rested on the mountain, that the Teyva rested. Nachas HaTeva, what does it mean? The resting of the ark, Yishlomar. What's this idea? We can say, Al Pi Mashakazav Bezor Chelek Aleph, Reish Parshas Noach, Daf Nun Testament Beis. So it says the Va'avid Naichala Chulu, that he makes it pleasing for her. Shiur so am Tag wo das mein Nuk find. Which is the idea of sweetening the strictnesses of the feminine waters. So if Noach is Yisod and the Teyva is the feminine aspect, so the Naicha, the Noach for the Teyva, the resting of the Teyva is the sweetening of the strictnesses of the feminine. Parshas Bereishis, Al Pasuk Vayinicheu began Eden Noshanaicha. So too it explains in Medrash Shabbat Bereishis Vayinichehu that it's a language of pleasantness and pleasure in the garden. Vayinicheu began Eden Noshanachas. In the garden, to enjoy the garden. Bashmato Zohar Chelek Aleph Simin Chafei Daf Yud Aleph Amud Aleph B'Chodesh HaShvi'i Lekovel Darga Yitzchak Chulu. So it says that it rested on the 7th month, that corresponds with the level of Yitzchak. Haidichsi Vatnach Teyva B'Chodesh HaShvi'i B'Shiva Asar. Like it says that the Teyva rested on the 7th month and the 17th. Die Tosfa Knesses Yisrael, die Shvis al Eser, Smichel Asarachulu, that is to say that it added to the souls of Israel, which is the 7th, onto the 10, is support for the 10, so that's, I guess, Shiva Asar. Chele Gimel Bahar, Kuf Chesbeis, V'hini Ateva B'Chodesh HaShvi'i Da Shchin Tatata. So it's brought in Zohar Chele Gimel Bahar that the Teyva on the 7th month, that's the lower level of Shechina. The Shvi is the feminine of Za, the Nukva de Za, or the like. the seventh level, Meshiva Sayom Lachodesh, is in the 17th day of the month, Ishvia Vasira Chulu, that it's the 7th and it's the 10th. That it's both, Malchus is both the 7th level and the 10th level. Ba'alos Chakuf Mem Tes Beis, Mefarash Inyan Zeh Al Rosh Hashanah. And in Parshas Ba'aloscha, it explains this idea of the 7th month being about Rosh Hashanah. And in that context, it needs to be understood what the 17th day means. So Parshas Pinchas, Tavresh Nun Ches Amad Bebeis V'Ayin Sham Beperush Ramaz Mefaresh Al Yom Yud Zayin B'Chodesh Mamar Shainu Gimel D'Sukkos Chulu. And in Parshas Pinchas, the Ramaz explains in the Zohar that it refers to the 17th day of the month of Tishrei truly, which is the 3rd day of Sukkos. We can say that the 7th month is Bina, which is called the 7th level. Therefore all sevens are beloved. Like the 7th heaven, Aravos Shebibina Hiskalus Atik, which is Aravos in Bina. You have the revelation of Atik, Aravos Lashon Arevus Umatikos, and that's why it's called the 7th firmament, because it's a language of sweetness. Aravos is Arevus, and Uperish B'Shivas Hayom Hainu Yisod Abba. And what does it mean? The 17th day, that is Yisod Abba. Ki Nodem Inyan Yosef Ben Shivasar Shana Gematria Tov, because it's known Yosef, who was 17 years old, which is Gematria Tov, Shnikra Ken Yisod. That Tov, Yisod is called Tov. Gematria 17, Shua Mashpia, which is the one that gives the flow. Like it says, say to the tzaddik that he's good. So tzaddik and tov are synonymous. So 17 is yisod. Ve'ikar bechinas tov hu yisod abba. And the main idea within this context is yisod abba. K'moshikasav Ramaz Pekudei Reish Kaf al pasuk Mizmor Shiur Liyom HaShabbos Tov Lahodos. So it says Tov Lahodos, and it's good to praise, to acknowledge, because Shabbos is, I guess, Abba, and the Tov is the Yisod, so it's Yisod Abba. Nikra Gamkin Rav Tuvcha Shetzafant, and it's also called the great goodness that you've hidden, Shubhanim Yisod Abba, which is the that Tuvcha is Yisod, that you've hidden. That's the inner concept of Yisod Abba, or Haganuz, the hidden light, Asa Or Kitov, the light that's good. Ulechein Lihios Vatanach Teyva, and therefore when it says that the Teyva rested, Bechinas Nachas Teyva, it's the concept of the pleasure of the Teyva. Zeu B'Shiva Asar Yom, that's on the 17th day of the month. Bechinas Tov Yisod Abba, the goodness of Yisod Abba. Shebo Val Yado Mikabel Asa Or Me'atik, that through it and with it we draw down, the feminine receives the light of Atik. The Shivasar, like we said, is the light of Atik, Yisod, through Yisod Abba. Zayin Bereishis Memhei. Gam Yishlomar, we can also say Shivasa Yom Hem Aseres Yemei Tshuva V'Shiva Yemei HaSukkos, that the 17 days, those are the 10 days of Tshuva and the 7 days of Sukkos. And so the concept of the pleasure of Noach, which is also the concept of Shabbos, is similar to what he brought in a previous Mamer about the concept of the zivug of the tzaddik, Melil Shabbos, Leil Shabbos, that's when you have Neshamas HaTzaddikim. And the concept of the tumultuous waters is like the build-up to the climax. And you have the nachas, is the resting of Yisod, of afterwards, the pleasure of the feminine aspect of the mind nukfin. And that's Vatanach Teyva.